thank you. Also, there is a lot of opportunity afterwards to have a conversation. So you will see two things here, PU and Center for Sustainable Business Transformations. Well, PU is Bournemouth University, a lovely university in the south coast, and Center for Sustainable Business Transformation is something which I lead at the business school. It's a team of very experts from business school and science and tech, because my belief is that unless we don't bring professors in material science or data science in the room along with the social scientists, we can't come up with a joint well-rounded holistic solutions to sustainability challenges. That includes inclusivity, the gender equality. So, women in tech is something which has been always very close to my heart for two reasons. One is, I just shared with some people, I did my MSc Maths from IIT Delhi, and in my last year I did a project on face recognition in neural networks, which when I look back, it was, which I now use in my own phone. But when I went to Germany, it was something in me which was not settled, because I really wanted to see a much wider, closer, and very connectable impact of my work, which led me to become an economist. So I did my PhD in Germany from Max-Planck Institute of Economics at University of Jena in entrepreneurship, and this project is on women entrepreneurship in tech. And it's, I'm not going to go much into normative and structural factors, because the other previous speakers have set the context for how gender is a socially constructed phenomena, and likewise women entrepreneurship is a socially constructed phenomena because of the gender norms, context, and institutions. And while there are these normative factors, there are structural factors as well, which kind of inhibit or maybe sometimes accelerate as well, the entry of women entrepreneurs as well as the success. And this particularly is the tech sector. So while I moved out of technology, tech still continues to be my favorite, domain to work with, along with green practices. And something, which has kind of, when I was doing my PhD, I asked my supervisor, how does it matter if the idea comes to a man or woman? And he's one of the top 5 professors in entrepreneurship worldwide. And he looked at me and said, why she's talking like that? Maybe just because, thankfully, my own parents, they never kind of made me aware of the gender stereotype, that technology is masculine or is boring or whatever. And I went to, when I was working, after one of my maternity breaks, in one of the Women's Day event, I went to a session just like that, and I really had to pinch myself that I was sitting in the UK. What all the things which I heard about women in tech, that is considered masculine, it is considered as boring, it is not considered to be something which has economic opportunity, which is completely opposite the case, right? Because if you look at the income distributions of women entrepreneurs or women workers in tech or other sectors, we will find the income differential. So this project is a kind of a sister project of my other work. So in one of the papers which I have published is in the context of Bangladesh, where we looked at women entrepreneurs. It has a title my mother-in-law doesn't like it, so it's quite already a blockbuster. But it's just because of the fact that with all the things which we are trying to address through this initiative, that the gender norms still exist, whether it is east, whether it is west. And I've actually, to be very surprising, or on a good note, have found it more pronounced in the UK context in tech. And in the UK, women in tech, they are literally the pipeline. So girls really outperform the boys at A levels, which is the class 12. But by the time they come to university, they are literally 9% or 8% or even fewer. Yeah. So it is more pronounced in the West. And UK is, I think, one of the one which is not so well performing. But in the other hand, there are quite many successful women tech entrepreneurs as well. So that's not that, but still there is a way to go. So in this one, I looked at there are these normative factors because of the norms, gender norms and institutions, and the structural factors. Which one of them, is more pronounced in promoting or success of the women entrepreneurship? And also, how do they affect, not just the entry, but the development and competencies of women entrepreneurs in the UK context. I really wanted to see whether, in the cross country, what are the different, what is the new thing which I will find, which I haven't seen through my study in Bangladesh. And of course,